Now let's understand what is this abnormal molecular mass. And it is special topic which is in relation with, in continuation with what? Colligative property. So let's understand what do you mean by colligative properties. So the definition is what? A property of a solution which depends only on the type of, sorry, the number of solute particles and not on its type is known as what? Colligative property. Now what does this mean? You know there are four colligative properties. One is relative lowering in vapor pressure of what solution. The another one is what? Delta TV, that is elevation in boiling temperature. The third one is what? Delta TF, that is what? Depression in freezing temperature. And the fourth one is what? Osmotic pressure. So all such properties that only depends on number of particles of solute rather than its types. That means what? If I take mass of glucose as 180 gram and if I take mass of urea 60 gram, so what is the total number of moles of this glucose will be mass by molar mass, that is 180, that is 1 mole. And here also the number of mole of urea will also be mass divided by its molar mass, that is 60. So it doesn't matter, this is glucose and this is urea, but the number of moles, even their masses are different, but the number of mole remains what? 1. Means how many molecules of glucose are there? The 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of glucose are there. Here also same number of molecules of urea are there in the solution. That means even though both are different compounds, their masses are different, but at the number of particles are same, the value for these all four colligative properties will come same. This is known as what? Colligative property. Now, there is one scientist whose name is Van't Hoff. Now, he was very curious about this and he examined one thing, that sometimes the theoretical data are different than the practical data. And he observed, when I dissolve this C6H12O6 in water to make aqueous glucose solution, when it gets dissolved, the formula of the glucose still remains what? C6H12O6. It doesn't change. And same for urea is also there. But when he finds when NaCl salt is dissolved in water, it dissociates into Na plus and Cl minus ions. Now here before dissociation there was only one particle, but after dissociation there are two particles. And as it is so, because of this dissociation process, it brings change in number of particles in solution. And because of that we can say that there might be some effect in colligative property. So mathematically as per their formula what we get, that is different than the practical data. And then he said that not only dissociation, there is something like benzoic acid or acetic acid C6H5 C double bond O OH. So in solution when they are present, they undergo something which is known as what? Association. And these association, that is because of what? Hydrogen bonding which is happening in between them. So here dissociation, before dissociation there was one particle which becomes two after that. But here Before association, there were two molecules. After association, it becomes what? One. So here the number of particle or the molecule decreases after association. Here the number of particle increases. So here I can write what association that brings change in number of particles. So certain compounds which undergo association and dissociation, for their solution, the colligative properties practical is it is different than the theoretical. Then if it is so how to find them practically? So he introduced one thing which is known as its factor, want of factor. So what he says, to bring the equanimity in the theoretical and the practical data, there should be introduction of this factor in all colligative properties formula, like this: P naught minus P upon P naught is equal to W2 into M1 upon M2 into W1. So that should be multiplied by I. The same way, delta TB is equal to Kb multiplied by molality multiplied by I. The same way, delta TF, depression in freezing temperature, is Kf, Kraskopik constant, multiplied by molality. It also should be multiplied by I. The last one, that is pi, that is osmotic pressure, most convenient method to find out the molecular masses of unknown compound, as it depends on molarity, and molarity as changes with temperature. So these experiments are done at normal atmospheric condition. That is one reasoning question: pi into C into R into T. So the question comes, what is this I? How to find this I? You know, so there are three possible values of I. I is equal to 1, I greater than 1, and I less than 1. In textbook, when you see, they have given three different formulas of I on the basis of the mass, molecular mass, on the basis of this colligative property, and on the basis of a number of particles. So let's start with the number of particles. As we see that the number of particles gets changed, you can see here that dissociation makes one particle 2 and association makes two particles 1. You can see this, 1 becomes 2 and here 2 becomes what? 1. So dissociation increases the number of particle and association decreases the number of particle. And on the basis of that, he gives one formula that how to find I. So he says I is equal to number of particles after this phenomenon, that is after dissociation and association, divided by number of particles before dissociation and association. Okay, so let's go for this dissociation. For NaCl, what must be the value of I? So number of particles after dissociation, one particle becomes 2 because it produces two ions, one cation Na plus and one anion Cl minus. So it is 2 divided by 1, that is what, 2. So ultimately this I is greater than 1. So I is greater than 1 for dissociation. Okay, let's go for association. Okay, so after association, when two molecules join through hydrogen bond, we can see it looks like a one molecule. It is acting as a single particle rather than two. So here it is 1. Before association it was 2. So here it becomes 0.5, that is less than 1. So this less than 1 is for association. We can write it. So where it is 1, for glucose, for urea, for sugarcane, that is sucrose. Why? Because here these molecules neither undergo association, neither dissociation. So all carboxylic acid mainly, as it forms dimer, joining of two molecules to become one through hydrogen bonding, they show association, and salts, they show what? Dissociation. Okay. Now, in all this colligative property, when we extend this formula of molality and this concentration, let's do. Here it is already seen, clear, but let's take this delta TB is equal to Kb multiplied by, that is W2 into 1000 upon M2 into W1, mass of solvent, or multiplied by I. Okay. Now we can see this colligative property is inversely proportional to molecular mass. This is also inversely proportional to molecular mass. And if I put the molarity, then also it is inversely proportional to molecular mass. But when I take these one, in all of them, it is nothing but number of moles, that is particle. So if the formula of I with respect to particle, if it is written as the number of particles after dissociation and association. After means what? We are confirming association, dissociation. And when we confirm dissociation, association, when we accept it, we find that the particles, what was predicted is now not there. एक का दो का एक हो गया. तो जो मैथमेटिकली हम सोच रहे थे कि हमने तो सिर्फ NaCl का एक पार्टिकल डाला, वो थियोरिटिकल मैथमेटिकल कंसेप्ट प्रैक्टिकली गलत हो जाएगा, बिकॉज वन बिकम्स टू. तो वन बिकम्स टू व्हेन इट इज चेंजिंग, विच इज नॉट थियोरिटिकली मैथमेटिकली गोइंग इन अकॉर्डेंस विद, तो हम बोलेंगे उसको एबनॉर्मल. क्या बोलेंगे उसको? एबनॉर्मल बोलेंगे. So this colligative property is directly proportional to number of moles. Delta TB हो, delta TF हो, और डायरेक्ट किसके साथ जाती है? नंबर ऑफ मोल, एंड मोल इज विद द पार्टिकल. सो आफ्टर को हम बोल दे एबनॉर्मल थिंग, और बिफोर को बोल दे नॉर्मल थिंग. तो एक नया फॉर्मूला मिलेगा, दैट I इज इक्वल टू abnormal colligative property divided by normal colligative property. Abnormal means what? The practical, including this association, dissociation concept, and abnormal means what? Mathematical, just with this formula. When we ignore this I and we just put this all four, and what we get, that is what known as what? Normal colligative, that is mathematical or theoretical. But when we see the colligative property is inversely proportional to molecular mass or the molar mass, we can write the third formula of I, and that can be written as what? This thing. What is I? I is known as, I can write it, I is equal to, why it is nice, I is equal to, अब colligative property अगर abnormal by normal है, if they are inverse proportion of one another, so I can write the value of I, or the formula of I with respect to molecular mass, as normal molecular mass divided by abnormal molecular mass. X for example, अगर एसोसिएशन की मैं बात करता हूँ, normal means what? When we don't consider the molecular, sorry, association, dissociation. तो एसिटिक एसिड CH3COOH, उसका मॉलिक्यूलर मास फाइंड करने जाए तो कितना आएगा? कार्बन, there are 2 carbons, there are 2 oxygen, so 32 plus 24 plus 4, 4 4 8 10 1 60. So normal molecular mass, that would be what? 60. but divided by abnormal when we consider this association dissociation. When two molecule becomes one molecule, the mass will be what? 120. So again it comes 1 by 2, again it comes what? 0.5. So I remains zero point 0.5. Here also it was coming zero point 0.5, but we consider the particle. Here we consider the molecular mass. The same way we can go with this of abnormal colligative property and normal colligative property. Well, so this is one part of this topic. Now let's go ahead. Now, what they say, they ask this question: what will be the value of I for K2SO4? It's a salt. What will be its value? K2SO4. So when it dissociates into water, it gives 2K plus SO4 minus 2. So how many particles are there? 3. So after dissociation, the number of particle is what? 3. So I is equal to 3 divided by 1. So it will come what? 3. Somebody says what will be the value of I for aluminum sulfate? Al2SO4 thrice. Then it will be what? 2Al plus 3 plus 3 SO4 2 minus. So how many? It comes what? 5. What is the value of I? That is what? 5. Okay. But what they say, sometimes the dissociation and association not 100%. Suppose any salt which dissociates into its ions, and suppose two ions are produced, but here the dissociation is not 100%. If it is 50%, then so it will be two ions and it's 50%. Again it becomes what? 1. So now what is this degree of association or dissociation, which is known as what? Alpha. So in numericals, they generally ask this numerical where the 100% association doesn't take place. So what is the relationship of this alpha for I for dissociation also, association also? So what they say, alpha is equal to I minus 1 upon n minus 1. That is for dissociation. For association, what is the relationship of alpha and I? What they say, alpha is equal to I minus 1 upon 1 upon n minus 1. Question comes, what is n? So n is dissociation, ions are produced, number of ions produced. And here what is n? Here we can't say number of ions produced because it is for association. So we can write n is equal to number of molecules undergoing association. Right? And carboxylic acid, only two molecules are joining together to make a dimer. So in general, this n will become always, or n will come always 2 for association as per your syllabus. So that's it. This is known as what? Colligative property. So when, how to utilize this in numerical? When you find that the solute which is being dissolved in solvent is any salt or is any organic acid or carboxylic acid, so this generally undergo association and this definitely go what? Dissociation. So when these two are there, you have to introduce I in the formula as I shown in the previous slide. Otherwise, if glucose is there, sugarcane is there, urea is there, then simply you have to utilize this multiplied by Kb. There is no need of introduction of I. And if these two are there, you have to go for this. If salt is there, you can easily find out I. But if the salt is not 100% dissociated, if it is mentioned that 96%, 90%, 10%, then you have to take the, suppose salt is there A to B, and it gives 2A plus B minus 2. So total number of ions it gives what? 3. But if say 90% salt is dissociated, so what will be the I? So I will not be 3, but it will be 3 multiplied by 90% of 3. So that will be the value of what? I. Because alpha is given 90%. And you can also utilize this formula. If alpha is given 90%, then this is nothing but what? 0.9 is equal to, I minus 1 upon n minus 1. That is what? 3 minus 1. Or, and ultimately we get this reading. So that is it. So this is known as what? Abnormal molecular mass and introduction of what? Want of factor I in each formula of colligative property. So overall the concept is what? Finally I can say concluded that because of this association and dissociation process which was observed by this Want Hoff, the colligative properties which we find theoretically or mathematically is totally different than the practical data, because one ion is becoming 2 or 3 and more, or one salt is becoming 2, 3 and more, or molecules undergo what? Association and dissociation. And because of that, what happens? The number of particles change, and colligative property only depends on the number of particles. And that's why we can say the data are different. So here also they have introduced this K, equilibrium constant, also if percentage is given. It's simple formula, C alpha square upon 1 minus alpha, which was coming last year. That you have to use. So that's it.